Okay, so today we're going to, again, solve a system of equations algebraically. But today we're going to solve a system of equations that's a linear with a circle. All right, so this is going to be a little bit more difficult than yesterday because we have this y squared here. All right, so the first thing I want you to do is change this g of x and make it y equals 2x minus 3. And now we're going to take this linear and we're going to plug it in to the y value of the circle, which is right here. Now notice that y value of the circle is squared, so we're going to have to square this in the equation. So I have x squared plus my y value, which is 2x minus 3, and then I have to square it, equals 36. So I'm going to square this middle term here. 2x minus 3 times 2x minus 3. All right, so I'm going to double distribute. So I have 2x times 2x is 4x squared. 2x times negative 3 is negative 6x. Negative 3 times 2x is negative 6x. And negative 3 times negative 3 is negative 9. That equals 36. And I'm going to bring down the x squared so that I can combine all my like terms at one time. All right, so when I combine like terms, I have, that's a 1. 1x squared plus 4x squared is 5x squared. I have this negative 6x minus 6x is negative 12x. And then I have this, should have been actually a positive 9. So please change it on your paper because that was negative 3 times negative 3. That's positive 9. So I'll make that plus 9 is equal to 36. So it is a quadratic now. And I have to set it equal to 0. So I'm going to minus 36. So I cross off the 36, I get 5x squared minus 12x. And then I have 9 minus 36 is negative 27 is equal to 0. All right, so now I need to solve this. I noticed I have a 5 in front. So I either have to, I could check to see if it's factorable. I'm not really sure. I don't know if I want to even waste my time to see if it is. It's not a good equation to complete the square because I have to divide everything by 5 and I'm going to get fractions all over the place. So what I'm going to use is I'm going to use the quadratic formula. All right, so let me move this up. All right, so recall the quadratic formula is x equals negative b plus minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So my a is 5, b is negative 12, and c is negative 27. All right, so I'm going to plug everything in. I have opposite of whatever b is, so that's going to be positive 12, plus minus the square root of negative 12 squared, minus 4 times 5 times negative 27, all over 2 times 5. All right, so now I have x equals 12 plus minus the square root. Plug this into your calculator, only what's underneath the radical. All right, and we get 684 all over 10. Now I want to simplify the square root here. What perfect square goes into 684? That would be 36. Times 19. The square root of 36 is 6. So I have 6 to the square root of 19. So now I have x equals 12 plus minus 6 to the square root of 19 all over 10. Now I'm going to reduce. I'm going to see if I can make a heart. Is there a number that goes into all 3 of these? Now, notice that I circled my integers, not my radicand here. Because when I simplify, I'm not doing anything with my radicand at 19. It's only these 3 numbers. So yes, 2 goes into all 3 of those numbers. 2 goes into 12 6 times, into 6 3 times, and into 10 5 times. So at this point right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to separate my roots, my zeros here. So I have x is equal to 6 plus the square root of 19 over 5. And x is equal to 6 minus 3, the square root of 19 all over 5. All right, so now I need to take my each of my x values, and I'm going to plug it into my linear equation, which was right here. Y is equal to 2x minus 3. So let's write that down. And yes, you probably guessed it. It's going to be a little dicey. All right, so my x is this fraction here, this irrational expression. So let's plug it in. So I get y equals 2 times 6 plus 3 the square root of 19 all over 5, and then I have a minus 3. Okay, so what I need to do now is to distribute my 2. Remember, this is 2 over 1, and when you multiply fractions, you multiply the numerators, multiply the denominators. So I have to distribute the 2 to the 6 and the 3, and then I have 1 times 5, we'll just keep it 5. So I have y equals 12 plus 6 the square root of 19 over 5 minus 3. Now what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to separate this fraction over here so that I can combine that negative 3 in there. So I have y equals 12 over 5 plus 6 the square root of 19 over 5 minus 3. And now use your calculator. I'm going to combine like terms. That's 12 over 5 minus 3. So plug that into your calculator and you get y is equal to negative 3/5 plus 6 the square root of 19 over 5. All right, now we have to move on to the other side over here and plug in this 0, which notice that these are conjugates, right? The sign in the middle is different. So I am going to plug it into y is equal to 2x minus 3. So I get y is equal to 2 times 6 minus 3, the square root of 19 over 5, and then I have minus 3. So now I'm going to distribute the 2. Remember, multiply fractions, multiply the numerators, and multiply the denominators, so the denominator will stay 5. Y is equal to 12 minus 6, the square root of 19, over 5 minus 3. Now I'm going to separate the fraction here. So I have y is equal to 12 over 5 minus 6 the square root of 19 over 5, and then minus 3. Now I want to combine like terms, the 12 over 5 and the negative 3, so you can plug that into your calculator, and you get y equals negative 3 over 5 minus 6 the square root of 19 over 5. Now notice your x values, they are conjugates. See, the sign in the middle is different. This happens when you have these square roots in here, these irrational roots. And look at my y values. My y values are also conjugates. The only thing that's different between the two is that the sign in the middle is different. So the last thing we need to do is just write our solutions as a point. All right, so you're going to write, oops. So now you're going to write the word solution. All right, so over here on the left, I have my x value, which was 6 plus 6. I'm going to write it as a separated fraction here. 6/5 plus 3, the square root of 19 over 5, comma, and my y value is negative 3/5 plus 6 the square root of 19 over 5. That's one solution. And the other solution is 6/5 minus 3 the square root of 19 over 5, comma, negative 3 minus 5 minus 6 the square root of 19 over 5. All right, so that's it. That's what happens, though. It gets a little crazy when you have those irrational solutions, but it's just your algebra has to be really, your algebra skills have to be really good, and just have to be careful what you write. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night.